Hello, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Hit like, hit subscribe, please, before we get into it. This video, I'm going to go through a free plugin. It's called Fracture by Glitchmachines. It's a effects plugin. It's a buffer, filter, and delay unit. It's got multiple LFOs. It's got 100 presets, and it's great for sound design. It's also the type of plugin that I don't try and learn or read the manual or anything like that. It is a plugin that I like to leave to chance and let it do its heavy lifting on its own. So I treat it as quite a random tool for times when I just want to create and leave things to chance with no limitations. So that's how I use it. That's my approach behind it. I haven't read the manual on it. I haven't got really too deep into the technical side of it. For me, with this type of tool, I wouldn't want to use it that way. And I'm going to show you how I use it, my approach to it. So I don't have normally any specific purpose when I reach to use this plugin. I'll use it on any type of sound, kick, drum, vocal, snare, full track, whatever it may be, because I'm not really trying to process to enhance the original sound source. I'm just using any type of sound as the vessel to get me to a point of audio that I didn't have beforehand, basically. So I've looked up a kick drum from EAS. Here's the plugin here. We'll play it off. Standard kick drum. I'll turn it straight on. This is straight off the shelf with just the initial settings. So you can hear that, you hear the delay in the buffer. It's giving like a beat repeat effect, right? Now, another good thing about it is all the presets it's got here, along with the question mark, which acts as a random button. So you can hear it already, it gets pretty crazy. The good thing about it is, in the presets factory, I think it's 100 or over 100. Not only do we have the presets on hand to go through, right? But then you've got the question mark button to hit random variations within the preset you're in. So you get millions, literally millions of possibilities. And as I said, I haven't thrown a kick in there because I want to enhance the kick. I've thrown the kick in there as the starting source of the audio. So my approach to this is when I'm literally a bit stuck or I don't know what I'm really looking for. And rather than going through a sample pack or trying to directly synthesize something, I'll use it just to throw me into the abyss. So how I use it is literally filter through, let the loop play, go through presets. If I like one, like this, say, I'll hit the random button to see what else I can get out of that preset. Then how I'm using it is I'm typically putting the wet full. So we hear full effect, because as I said, I don't really care about the dry original sound source. So that's going to throw me down a whole new pocket. So you can hear, we started with a kick drum. Doesn't sound like a kick drum. Now, we can use this for anything. And then you can change your parameters. You could fully wet the mix of the delay, size of the buffer. You got the amp, you got the dry wet. All the times. Or again, random within that. And you'll see every time you hit random, it's changing the order of the effects chain. So see now it's filter delay buffer. Now it's delay filter buffer. So like, the reason, you can use it any way you want, right? Obviously. I use it full wet, so I get a whole new sound. Because as you can hear now, that's not a kick drum anymore. And if I cycle through different samples, so that was a kick. So let's listen to the kick again. That's obviously resembling some of the kick. I'd freeze the fuck out of that. Now, let's get out of kicks, right? So let's go. Stop it. So let's go to synth sound, right? But now with the wet fully activated, it might resemble a synth because a synth is playing for a longer period of time than the kick drum. Yeah, you just create effects straight away. Basically, we're just mangling it so hard that we don't care what the original sound was. Now, that's all good and well, right? We can get all these wonky sounds and all that. That's awesome. But the truth of it is, it's the context of how you use them. You know, it's the same as when you get a sample pack or you go through presets of a VST. You have hundreds of options. We all do. They're at everyone's disposal, but if you can't arrange them and put them to good use, there's no fucking point, right? So how I would use it now is I'd go fully wet, and into another video I've done similar with resampling, I think it was grain delay, I would either resample this and just fuck around for half an hour, you know, not half an hour, 15 minutes, whatever, and just get that whole long format content, and then go through and take out bits and pieces of what I want. The pros and cons of that, the cons is it could take some time to then go through the half an hour and just take out what you like. The pros are you'll have that half an hour or however long you record for, you'll have that global session at all times. You should save it to like a sound design folder. So then at your disposal, you've always got that recording, so you can always reach for that. Or another way is you get to a point, duplicate it, freeze it, flatten it to audio. So something like this. Let's go back to a kick drum. And you can use anything. It's good on vocals too. Let's just go here though. Let's put it back on. So it's gonna, that kick's mono. Obviously after the effect it is now stereo, and it can be quite aggressive, so just be conscious of your mono compatibility when you're processing with this. So let's go on. Wild. So like straight off the bat I'd freeze that, flatten it to audio. You know, because you could already, and you can use these sounds for anything because they're going to give you so many different styles, really. Let's move it there. You know, like, I know I've just reversed that, right? But you can hear it's like a filtered low end. I know we could have just reversed it, but it has changed that tone of it. I like it. So, like, going back here, we'll fuck that off. I would record, right? And I'll give you a quick demonstration now. Let's do this. Just quickly. Have I gone fucking... Here we go. So watch this, right? I would go through all the presets. Hit the random. fully wet. Change some parameters. Yeah, you can create a synth out of that easy. There you go, there's a synth from a kick drum. Wow. Alright, so I'll turn that off. So I'll show you why I've recorded that. So, two reasons why. Going back now, I would I'd loop the kick for the entirety and just sort of see what stands out. Fractures off there. I know we fluked the time, but quick example. Yeah, we're making, and it says it in the description, it tries to create like robotic artifactual sound. So we're getting that straight away, but you know, we can get glitches straight away. And even without processing. Just by pitching up and down, it can get you to different pockets. So that's one way. So first way was just freeze and duplicate parts that you like, export it as you go, resample it, save this whole recording, take out bits that you like, get those little gems. The last way, and there's more than 3 ways, but the last way I would do it, fuck it, I'll do a Midi. It's probably the most exciting for me. So create a Midi, right? Then I would get the simpler. Let's loop it. Go straight to slice mode. Throw the whole recording in there. Then you can use Sec 8. You know I love Rosa. You can use arpeggiator, whatever you like. I would then sequence this bastard because it's such a long form of audio. When you hit it in slice mode, I'll set it to 6 steps for now. You're going to get this whole range of audio. So put MS-20 filter, add drive. Now, you can keep hitting random on Rosa. It's going to change all the different hits. But you can see here, we can move in simpler the starting point. So we can cycle through this whole recording. And to be honest, without even touching Rosa, if you just let the cunt do its thing, right? You can just open up the whole sample, press play, and cycle through the starting point. And if you want to be a real mad cunt, to be honest, I would resample that whilst I'm moving this to go another step further. You know, something subtle like that. That's going to take time to get right, but yeah, we can even pitch it down. I like that. I like that a lot. But if you like something, take your time and just freeze that loop so you can use it separately, right? We're flying. Bit of acid, right? We get bass grooves, perk grooves. Get some electro sounds. Not to mention we can change the steps so you can shorten and get real frantic. Not to mention as well, we've got LFO control in the simpler. You can fade in and out the start and end time, pitch obviously, but even here you can change. They won't vary much. It depends. I haven't played with this for a while, but you can change. You can slice by beat and region too. So now, if you open the steps up, oh fuck, I love that sound. There we go. But the point is, everything we just heard came from this, which is fucking wild. And the beauty of that is Fracture, because that's the plugin we use. But I find it's the dry, wet, full. So we fuck off the original sound source, get it fully wet, and then go from there and cycle through all the possibilities. And you've heard me say this before. There are some plugins that I'll get really technical with, read the manual, learn them, study them, so I know how they actually interact with audio. Then there are some which is more normally in the effects side of things, like this, where I won't even bother. I'll just leave it to chance on purpose, because sometimes I don't want to know too much. Sometimes knowing what things can and can't do can also set limitations and can sometimes box you in. So even though it's a very simple exercise, anyone can do this, it's still very effective. As you just saw, everything we got came from a kick drum. So, hope you enjoyed that. Download it. It's free. Glitchmachines are an amazing company. They have also a whole free bundle of samples, and I think what's the other one called? They've got an actual VST, hysteresis, however you fucking say that. But they have a whole range of amazing products as well. So check them out in general. Thanks for joining me. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next week. Ciao.